sa ating Guild Rank Infinity Tournament here in our Neverith League. So shout out to Koi Sensei, Jermil Layson, Brian Sakilayan. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Okay, they already started the fight. Okay, so we have...
And as we see, they're starting with their buffs opening, and as we see, eto na yung bakbakan. Nakikita natin mga kaibigan na first blow will be coming from the side of Crimson Vows. Pero may kita natin, Cebu is just waiting for the perfect opportunity to at least counter this coming from Crimson Vows. And after his burst of damage, eto na yung inihintay na pagkakataon ng Cebu to at least find a way on how to dismantle our player from the Crimson Vow. Ito na, naghahanap at nagsisipat. Tamang slide dashing to the snow. And ayun lang nakikita natin. And then there's the pump right here for the side of Crimson Vows. Pero ito na yung paggante at paglanse para sa side ng Cebu. Ito na ba yung gante ng But player down for the side of Cebu, and just like that, kitang-kita naman natin, no, flexing his man. However, any outside buff upon starting is not allowed during the game. It is allowed during 5v5, but not during 1v1 and then 3v3 matches. So another deduction for the side of Team Cebu. So I hope this will serve as a lesson for other teams, of course, that we're going to participate on the match for the next day. So now this is the time to shine for the Force Shielder naman ng Team Cebu against the leader for the side of Crimson Vows. As we see, here's the
oh my gosh,
again. Ayan na, nakikita natin dito, no, talagang inaabangan lang niya na magkaroon ng pagkakataon na kung saan siya papasok. Ito talking about Crimson Vows. As we see here, he's just making sure na etong may proc na itong kalaban niya na Force Shielder, yung kanyang mga big skills. And syempre yung since this is Force Shielder, kailangan niyang mag-ready at magpakunat dito sa labang to. Pero ang ginagawa lang nito tropa natin mula sa Crimson Vows is making sure na kapag nawala na yung kapag nag-tick na yung timer na yun, saka siya aatake. At mukhang eto na nga yung hinihintay niyang pagkakataon.
Oops.
At dahil doon, no, naramdaman yan netong Force Shielder ng kabilang side, at mukhang tamang dashing na lang siya palayo dahil feeling ko mararamdaman niya na yung sakit na kayang ibigay nitong uppers natin para sa side ng Crimson Vows. Tuloy pa rin ang kanilang pagsayaw dito sa gitna. Ito lumilipat-lipat pa nga as we speak. Pero titignan natin kung kaninong
nag-heal.
Ang pinaka-mag-matter dito. Kung pag-usapan lang yung daming, syempre, we're gearing towards Crimson Vows, pero hindi naman papatalo itong ating Force Shielder para sa side ng Cebu. At eto na, yung bakbak iniintay natin, nag-proc. Yung lang mga skill na pagbato, puro ilaw at puro mga masasakit na damage ang kanilang ibinabato. Tingnan natin kung sino nga ba ang muna dito sa labang ito, dahil sa kunat nga naman ng Force Shielder nahihirapan ding makapag-deal ng susceptible na damage itong mga tropa natin for the side of Crimson.
Okay.
Grabe. Pero hindi yan in the head na itong ating tropa mula sa side ng Cebu. Paring JP, sa ganitong uri ng bakbakan, no, depensa laban sa opensa, ano ba ang thoughts mo dito sa mga ganitong bakbakan?
Actually, kasi ang nakikita ko kay Acapella, para siyang si Pacquiao kung makakilos Sobrang bilis, and of course, suntok para sa suntok. Pero, may bago na naman tayo mensahe dito sa ating admins, si Procyon FS Cebu, another 1-point deduction dahil nag-start sila ng laban bago ang fight command. Umatake hindi inantay si referee Naku po, Team Cebu, kailangan, wag daw, mag-ipon tayo ng points, wag tayo mag-ipon ng deductions.
Hindi pa match, pero kumbaga bumalo na yung numbers natin doon. Pero yun nga, no, it's just so unfortunate. Pero kung mapansin natin sa bakbakan nga nila, again, this is a match between the defensive, for the defensive side of things, and then for the offensive side. Dito natin makikita kung paano nga ba siya nakikita. Pero, what? Napatumba niya doon, pero hindi pa naman tapos. Kulat lang tayo, very, very light, pero mukhang dito sa labang ito ay nakalalamang-lamang talaga yung opensa na dinadala ng Crimson Vows. Again, mind you, this is the second competitor na para sa side ng Cebu at pwedeng makakuha ng sweep dito ang Crimson Vows dahil so far mukhang sila pa rin ang nangunguna dito, seeing this match na talagang nakakaabante etong Crimson Vows.
And of course, guys, nakikita nga natin yung Cebu, paunti na paunti ang buhay and mukhang naubutan na nga ng pang-heal. And of course, Capella, hindi niya napapatagalin ang laban. Gusto niya nang tapusin and babangon pa pabatas yan. Syempre, hindi na. Okay, 2-0 no?
2-0 para sa side ng Crimson Vows. Grabe naman the match. So, let's have a good tournament naman dito. And of course, let's follow what is said on the rule book para at least magkaroon din tayo ng isang magandang bakbakan. At ito na nga yung chance na inihintay natin para sa side ng Crimson Vows. Titingnan natin kung makukuha pa nila yung inaasam na additional 1 point for a total of 4 points na pwede nila makuha kapag napatumba niya itong huling manlalaro para sa side ng Team Cebu. So, same strategy na ginagawa niya dito. Umahanap lang siya ng perfect time and execution kung saan niya ibabato yung kanyang mga skill. Pero, mukhang sa pagkakataong ito, hindi niya na tatagalin pa. No? So, we hope that the Team Cebu can have a fighting chance as we see Bop Up has been called here. So, I think we are going to head on to our collision and off we go. Wala na atang pa-intro-intro to mga kaibigan as we see here. Different characters has been fighting, gearing up with their buffs and then setting up for the combos or the side of Crimson Vows here. Let's see what kind of strategy are they going to use in this kind of setup. Pero ang ginagawa naman ng Cebu as of this moment is just like what Crimson Vow is doing. They're reading the map or reading the arena on how are they going to attack. And as we see here, the point of attack should be the ones who's going to have the range attack. We're talking about the Force Archers and then the Force Gunner dito para sa magkabilang side. Pero mukhang kung makikita natin yung Force Archer dito ng side ng Cebu is having an ample time in attacking, whilst on the other side nakikita naman natin even the Warriors here and the Force Shielder is getting towards on attacking them. At yan nga yung nakikita natin as of the moment. Ayan na, kanya-kanya silang gulo and discussion dito sa gitna. Tingnan natin kung sino nga ba ang makakapag dala ng panalo para sa kanilang grupo. Again, this is good for 5 minutes. So kung makikita natin dito, meron na bang tumutuma yun? Meron ng isa para sa side ng Cebu, and that is the Blader for their side. This is a very difficult scenario for them, knowing na yung isa sa kanilang mga heavy damage dealer is now down for the count. Parang talang doon sa kabila. Buhay pa rin naman para sa side ng Crimson Vow. Let's see what is the strategy here. They're getting towards the heavy dealing damage in terms of the melee side para sa side ng Crimson Vow. At yun yung kanila talagang tina-target. Whilst on the other side naman dito para sa Cebu, kung sino yung makita nila, yun na yung kanilang inaatake. And off we go mga kaibigan. Another down dito. And that is a Blader as well. So mukhang wala na dito yung dalawang Blader para sa side ng Cebu. Not mistaken, no? They're the ones who is on the black side of the shield or suit. While on the other side, yung Force Archer naman itong tropa natin para sa side ng Crimson Vow. Oo, simple lang. Pana-pana lang at yung Force Shielder na lang natitira para sa mga tropa natin galing sa Cebu squad. Tingnan natin kung kakayanin niya ba ito dahil napapalibutan na siya ng mga tropa natin para
laban
sa side.
lang!
Oo, laban lang! Gaya ng sigaw dito ni paring JB, kinakaya, tumatakbo yan. He's running for his life at talagang nagano lang, he's just joking dito yung side ng Crimson Vow, pero hinihintay lang din natin as of the but in a few moments or seconds talagang mapagbibigyan na etong Force Shielder ng side ng Cebu. At yun na nga ang naging tuldok sa laban na yon, 5-0 dito para sa side ng Crimson Vow, the Gladiator. So let's see on how is this going to gear up as we see buff up.
Okay.
So it's kind of quick, paring
Dami,
JP,
dami.
unlike the other game that we had earlier, no. This is shaping to be one hell of a match as we see here, just like
Ba't
what
hindi siya gumagalaw?
yeah, it's not the player from
Ito,
this side,
tumalon
the
na siya.
force bleeder is now prepping here as we see the gladiator falls down. Let's see if that is the thing. Yeah,
That
I
was
think
actually very quick and it
is he
it's
ready? We also have the GL means of course gladiator, and the
gladiator.
FA is the force archer
Oh,
as we
oh
see
my
here.
gosh! What
He
happened?
the force archer is
Okay, there you go.
sorry, the gladiator is that strong, ladies and gentlemen, in which we see even the camera was shattered during that sequence. That's how strong the gladiator of Avila Esports, as we see here. Even the force archer
Grabe,
doesn't
Avila.
have a chance during that one. Parang JP, so I think
Oh my gosh,
we're here for the next few
the
hours
long wait
because
is over.
yeah, two force shielders are here, and then the buffs are
There's the
ready,
fight
and we
signal.
are on. As we see, Procyon is with BIP, and then Capella is for the Avila Esports. Both of them are nursing this. Oh my god, look at that. So even the force shielders has this kind of powers in which are we going to see an attack coming from BIP, but as we see, Avila Esports just absorb that damage, and let's see if he can use it to
Oh
its
my
perfection.
gosh.
And as of the moment, they're just dashing in and out. Talagang pakiramdaman lang etong ating laban. And honestly, I am really I really enjoyed this kind of battle, especially if you see the referee just standing there, no? Wala siyang pakialam kung anong ginagawa. Just the referee, no? Shout out to our referee here. But let's focus on the fight as we see a huge chunk of HP has been dealt for both players rather. So probably as we see, Procyon or VIP has a better HP rather than Avila Esports. Does this mean that they have been dealing a lot of damage? But talking about damage, here is Avila turning the tides, and I think he now holds the lead as we see skills have been procting. Look at that. No? Fireworks and lights are everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. And just like what I told you, there's a hill. Oh, there's a heal coming from the side of Capella. So let's see
Mm-hmm.
if that heal is it's going to be reprimanded. I'm not sure, but we
Oops.
see a heal during that sequence, and let's see as the match continues. Parang JP, in this kind of game, just like what I told you, the joke would be this
What?
fight can go until tomorrow if
Yeah,
if
actually.
they wanted to. But in this kind of game, what should be the strategy if you're going up against your co-force shielder of the enemy team?
This is really a hard fight to watch and to analyze. JMPZ actually Avila here he's trying his best to save up his energy to go for a burst damage.
Uh-huh.
But I think Pro Scion here, VIP, he knows. Yeah, he knows what's happening. That's why he's trying to escape the plan of Avila Esports. So these two four shielders really have to play it in
Oh,
they really have to surprise each other
yeah.
so that but as we can see Pro Scion VIP he is already on a less than 50% HP, so how he's make a comeback play we are yet to know.
Yeah, I think the perfect timing is what Pine JP is trying to say here. As you see, I think this is I hope this will be the last time that we're going to see this both players who's going to deal a chunk of damage. As we see our player from the side of VIP is running for his life, and Avila Esports trying his best to chase and deal a ton of damage. The heal will go for the side of
Yep.
VIP, and then he will go for the chase now and try to deal his own version of damage for VIP. And yeah, this is the battle between two defensive kind of type of heroes, and we're expecting this to go along for a long period of time, but
Yep.
the action, hindi na tayo nagkukulang sa action dito mga kaibigan, no? As we see here, talagang binibigay naman nila yung kanilang best at nag-aabangan lang sila dito, hinihintay kung saan nga ba pwedeng pumasok at anong posisyon nga ba yung pinaka-suitable para sa magiging atake ng bawat isa. May kita natin Capella or yung ating Avila Esports tumalon doon sa kabila pero na-dash at lumayo. Etong si VIP Group yun, tingnan natin kung kakayanin ba nila yung attacking ito. As we see, tamang pag-back away at dash na lang. Medyo nararamdaman na nung tropa natin para sa side ng VIP na medyo tagilid siya sa pagkakataong ito. Kaya he's buying time para masigurado na magkakaroon pa siya ng chance dito sa laban. Pero mukhang gusto nang tapusin ni Avila Esports
Actually,
itong laban na to. Yun, no?
Need niya na nga talaga tapusin na JNTZ because yung cooldown dito ng heal, yung heal ni VIP is in cooldown pa. So this is really the chance for Avila Esports to go for the first damage. So Procyon VIP, you're right, actually he's buying time for the cooldown of his heal to be over. So yeah, tinan mo, iwas na iwas siya.
Literally, iwas na iwas talaga siya. And as you see here, the Avila is trying his best naman to deal a chunk of damage. Pero most of his attacks kasi is melee. So bago niya pa may bato, no? Medyo malayo na. Eto, and look at that. He took it by surprise. Talking about VIP, akala magdadash palayo pero biglang umatake naman dito sa Avila Esports. And then after that, tamang dash away na. At yun, ay nakita ng tumatropa natin para sa side ng VIP na pwede pala nilang gawin yun, yung strategy na yun, no? At naging aware na doon etong Avila Esports, hindi siya pwedeng makuha o madali ng mga ganong biglang atake ng side ng VIP. So, itong VIP, nakikita natin yung 4-shielder nila, ginagawa na yung best para makahabol pa dito. Pero yung damage
dito matama.
Mararamdaman na dito para sa side ng Avila Esports. And look at that, talagang nagbabay time lang siya eh. Hinihintay niya lang yung pagkakataon na makot off guard niya yung Avila Esports and talking about the 4-shielder ng VIP. Pero kapag nakuha na ng posisyon na yun, no, kino-corner niya dun sa side na mahirapan makapag-dash, and the HP of our 4-shielder para side ng VIP is now
I think this is the chance.
It's 5%. Let's see if this is the fighting chance that we're looking for. There's the skill, another one for the side
One
of
hit!
Avila Esports.
Yun!
And that's it! Ladies and gentlemen, you can run but you can't hide. Dito, para sa
si Mayweather siya kasi Pacquiao eh. Yung takbo si si Mayweather nung yun yung nangyari sa kanyang dalawa. Pero ayun, congrats sa Avila Esports. That was a really nice play. Hindi na rin talaga nakapag-heal ulit si yung VIP during that time. Pero grabe, 4-shielder versus 4-shielder yun. Ikaw, JMTZ, 4-shielder user ka. So that was really your game.
Yeah, and actually gulat nga ako dun sa na yun, no, yung strategy na pinapakita nila. Now this time it is Warrior against 4-shielder para sa side ng Avila Esports. So Procyon, they decided to use a Warrior during this sequence. Let's see if they will they can turn the tides and make sure that they can tide this game. Especially when talking about Warrior, the damage would be there, the sustain will be there. No, unlike for a 4-shielder that is focusing on the defensive side, but of course you cannot forget the damage that he can deal during in this kind of match. As we see, eto na yung bakbakang iniintay natin, pero mukhang yung Capella pa or yung Avila Esports pa yung nakalalamang-lamang because Procyon is having a hard time in dealing his damage. And look at that, the control for the player of Avila Esports or the 4-shielder is making VIP or the Procyon side, yung Warrior nila is running away.
Yep, actually, he's looking a little lost, but Avila is really doing it aggressively. Look at how he's going for that chase. Warrior, that Procyon Warrior, he was about to heal a little, but I don't think he's gonna make it because Avila Esports is really, really going for him. It's like he's looking at a meal.
Yeah, let's see here. So same strategy for the side of Procyon here. So earlier it was their 4-shielder who was running, and now it's the Warrior doing his thing, but they go with a head-to-head collision. Let's see if the Warrior for the side of VIP can turn things around. But look at that, the damage for the side of
Oh
Avila
no!
Esports is just
That's
too
like
much, and I
that's like
think that's
1%
it.
HP.
Whoa! The final blow has been dealt, and Blader. Now Force Blader will play for the side of Procyon, or for the side of Procyon
Mm-hmm.
or VIP. Force Blader will play against the Force Shielder, and I think it's already starting. No, they're just gearing up with their
Oh,
buffs.
oh no, they already started. That was we were JNTZ and I were really surprised by that. That
Yeah,
was really cool.
I thought the buffs were just ready to kick in, but they they started smashing each other, and the Force Shielder again making sure that the Force Blader is now running, or is like, oh my god, is this a part of their strategy? Or the side of Avila Esports, are they this strong? Or
Mhm.
is VIP having a hard time in playing this kind of game? Because if you're going to look at it, it's the Force Shielder who's dictating the game against a Force Bleeder. Earlier it was the Warrior. It was a surprise for us seeing a Warrior running for his life, but now it is a Force Blader. One of the strongest
Yeah.
characters that we have here at the Neverett League is running for his life against a Force Shielder who has a 100% HP as of the moment.
Yeah, actually, JMTC, for the past 3-man tag games, it was always a four shielder that's representing Avila. But always VIP cannot really penetrate through the HP of Avila Esports here. And look at that. And in just
Just like
that
that.
one blow, it was a
Things.
yes, actually, and a lot of viewers here are actually cheering for Avila Esports now.
Whoa.
In contrast to what we've observed earlier,
Yeah.
but they're already here. Have they already started?
Yeah, I
Because
think so.
we were
Yeah, I
really
really do
surprised by
think
that.
so because here, forget about the arena. No, we will fight outside of it. And look at that. Players on the side of Avila Esports, they're in the Capella side, or the ones with the purple or pink suit, while on the other side, Procyon is the VIP side of things. They're wearing the black suit as we see Force Archer against the Gladiator. Here's what we're talking about. The Force Archer has been
Oh no!
pinned here, and he will fall down during the sequence that we see. Yeah, he will fall down during the sequence. That's a strategy that I've been looking
Yep.
for. Go for the squishy characters as we see Avila Esports using that into their advantage. And look at the Force Shielder doing his best, talking about the Procyon or the VIP side of things. But talking about the Force Shielder, look at the Force Shielder of Avila Esports really protecting and making sure that his heavy damage dealers of the characters are still intact, as we see a chunk of damage has been distributed all around the map. And let's see who will succeed during this sequence, as we see the wizard of the Avila Esports now down to 50 HP, but if he survived during this sequence because of the wizard of VIP is just dealing a lot of damage and has been untouched. And for VIP, another one has been down, and I think that is the Force Leader, if not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, because the Wizard is still here, and then Warrior is still standing for the side of VIP or the Procyon. Let's see if this is enough. No, actually, the Force Shielder is still alive. I think that is the Warrior or the Gunner, if not mistaken. Let's see if they can survive this onslaught. Whilst on the other side, Avila Esports, yung 5 tao nila, no, is still alive. And let's see if they can deal a chunk of damage, as we see players just dashing here, looking for the perfect opportunity to attack. Even
Oh
the
no!
first
He's being
leader
chased.
of the side of VIP is trying their best to make
The
sure
wizard's
that they
being
deal a lot
chased.
of damage. Well, the damage has been dealt, but is it enough, paring JP?
Oh my gosh, what we're seeing here, Procyon, they're actually trying to fight for their lives, but Capella, still their HPs, they're really strong and they're still really healthy. But the wizard here, is he still alive? I've been seeing him. Oh, there he is, the wizard. The wizard of VIP is really trying to avoid all those damages to be taken, but I don't think he can still avoid them because he just went down. So it's now up to his remaining teammates. We have
Force
here the Force
Shielder.
Shielder. Yeah, but I think it's just the Force Shielder alive against the world.
And
No, no,
I
no.
think,
It's only him.
yeah, and that's the that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Ganun talaga yung lagi natitira, no? Yung Force Shielder is the only person who's going to be surviving, but against a 5-man setup, look at that, nagiging target practice na lang itong 4-shielder ng side ng Procyon or ng BI team. BIP, let's see if he can withstand the onslaught coming from the side of Avila Esports as he is now dashing and running for his life as we see the Wizard finding a perfect position, but I think this
Oh,
is
no.
the
It's
ending for the
weird.
side of the
Opportunity. Oh, actually, okay, so the fight hasn't started yet. That was,
Oh,
I
that was
thought they
already.
already started. Okay, that was just the
Buff
ready.
up.
Okay, buff up.
Let's see. Here comes the buffs. Oh, that's the power up for this side of the Procyon Altus. And then
Oh,
on
he's
the other
casting
side,
skill.
here we go. Merong takbuhan. Unang galaw ay pagtakbo. Dito mga kaibigan, tamang dash lang. Nagpakiramdaman moment kung saan naghihintay lang sila ng tamang
Slide.
pagkakataon para maka-atake. Eto
Ayun
na!
na!
Yung hinihintay nating bakbakan. Tuloy-tuloy ang hampas dito para sa side ng Capella na hawak ng Andy Rangeta.
Wow!
Pero hindi papatalo dyan yung mga Procyon para sa side ng Altus Societas. Tingnan natin kung kakayanin ba nila etong damage na ibabato netong ating Gladiator as we see is standing right there waiting for his buff to fully attach it and para masigurado din na makakapagbato siya ng damage na kung saan maiiwasan yan, pero mukhang naramdaman ng very light yan ng tropa natin na warrior para sa side ng Andy Rangeta na tuloy-tuloy lang ang pagtakbo.
Oh my
mukhang
God.
nararamdaman niya na
Habol!
at sakit na kayang ibigay na itong tropa natin para sa side ng Altus Societas habang nag-aabangan lang itong dalawa naglalaro sa gitna dito, no, nagtatago-taguan kasi yun yung pulo, kapag ikaw lumagpas sigurado mapagbibigyan kat yun na nga biglang pinahiga. Tignan natin kung hampasin pa pero hindi makakatakbo na, pero ang kapansin-pansin dito medyo nag-die down ng paunti-unti na yung buff dito para sa side ng Gladiator. Ngayon nagtaas na yung upwards natin para sa side ng Andy Rangeta. Tingnan natin kung meron bang round 2 na magaganap dahil yung mga buffs handang-handa na at eto na nga yung inihintay natin. Tamang batuhan lang ng kanilang mga skill. Yung espada dito sinaksak, itinarak, pero titingnan natin kung yun ba ay sasapat. Tamang paghampas lang ang ginagawa dito ng dalawang malalaro.
Oh my God!
Buhay down to 30%. Ito ata yung
dikit
mga
na
nalaban na makikita natin. And don't look now! Here's the stun and the punch coming from the side of Procyon and Altus Societas, winning it with who has been clutch during the first match.
Mm-hmm. So, now 4-shielder naman na makikita natin. And, okay, he didn't wait for the right time. Attack agad ang gusto dito ng 4-shielder natin. But our Blader, what does he have to say in return? Kasi in terms of HP, mukhang siya ang mas nasa lower hand.
Dito natin makikita kung isa ba to sa plano netong itong Blader ng side ng Procyon o ng Altus. Hinihintay lang niya na mapuff yung lahat ng skill dito ng tropa natin para sa side ng Andy Rangeta. Isa ba to sa mga hinihintay nating jukes o yung mga micro plays, so micro mechanic ng Blader ng side ng Altus, o talagang parte ng kanilang plano na glituhin etong force shielder ng side ng Andy Rangeta. Eto na, titignan natin as will be prompted and a player down, and that is
nakabawi
the Blader. So kung makapansin natin of Altus Societas, because the first player for the side of Andy Rangeta is not yet around. So sorry for the but we will head on to the match. This is between the Force Blader again, JP, and then the Blader.
Force Blader and the Blader. So right now, guys, let's just update you with the standing. Both of them have 1 point. Supposedly it's a 2-1, but there was a deduction earlier for Altus Societas. And then right now, since Andy Rangeta gets a default for the first match here in the 3-man tag team, both of them has a running score of 1-1. So, but the match already started, JMTZ. What was that?
Okay, tinitignan natin dito. They're just sizing up. Just like as usual, right, JP? Usually the matches here is more of positioning and then making sure that they're going to deal the maximum damage possible for their opponent. So actually, we are seeing here for the side of Alto Societas, no, they're finding a way on how they can close the gap against Andy Rangheta, who's really spamming that side step. And let's see if this is the match that we have been looking for, as we see the Capella or the Andy Rangheta dealing ton of damage, but Alto Societas
Oh my
is not
gosh,
that
another
far.
close
Let's see
fight.
if this would be a very intriguing match, because as we head
What?
on, mukhang dikit na naman yung bakbakan, and that is a close victory for End. Can win this one. So players is
Is that like a
getting ready.
visual bug because the blader doesn't have HP yet?
No, I think they will play through that one. So as we see,
Oh,
the Alto
okay.
Societas will just Gladiator, and then of course gonna look at that. No, the Gladiator didn't waste any time and make sure that he will close the gap against this Force Gunner, who's just standing right there, but making sure that he can move his way out of that damage area that the Gladiator can deal. So as we can see, Force Gunner, he's still waiting for the right time to proc his damage, and here's the blazing gun, the blazing gun of the 1,000 millisecond gun here being proc by the side of Andy Rangheta, the Force Gunner. And as we see here,
Yeah, that's how
the
you do it.
Gladiator, yeah, the Gladiator is just closing the gap here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if he can do so. But Force Gunner here for the side of Andy Rangheta still, Alto Societas is finding a way on how he can deal his damage. As we see, this is a battle between a ranged fighter against a Gladiator. So technically, you can't hit or you can't damage
Oh my
here
gosh.
unless
Look at
you
the
close the gap,
damage.
and that's what he is doing. But if you're going to look at it, player from Alto Societas is running for his life as the moment, and he's not even dealing in damage.
Yeah,
So to
that's
speak.
actually what I'm curious about here. He keeps on escaping, but he's not dealing any damage against Capella here, the Gladiator. But okay, he's doing it now.
Yeah, and as we speak, the gap has been closed, but the damage
No.
for the side of Alto Societas is that high.
Gladiator to close the gap actually again, and this should be the last match.
Yeah, so whoever wins this one will have a precarious 1-point lead during this sequence. And let's see. Now, it's the Gladiator who is running for his life. But look at that. He engaged into a full-blown matchup used against this Force Shielder. As we see here, the
Oh
Force
my
Shielder
gosh.
dealing a lot of damage. But, oh my god, the Gladiator absorbed all of it. And due to all of that, he survives the match. And let's see, he's now running for his life. Let's see if the Force Shielder can close the gap and make sure that he can finish this game. But as we observe, here is your Gladiator who's going to fall down during that sequence. And what? Oh, so both teams are on their corners, no? Ready na sila. Bump up! Eto na yon, paring JP, the moment of truth. All three yung score natin, at eto na
Yes.
yung bakbakan. So gaya ng mga nasa natin,
Let
syempre,
na!
ang hinahabol dito ng Gladiator nung side ng Alto Societas yung Force Archer nung side ng Engi Rangheta. Tingnan natin kung mahabol niya ba yan. Pero dito sa gitna, yung mga melees
sino
natin,
yun?
tuloy-tuloy yung bakbakan, samantalang doon sa bandang likod, etong Force Blader talagang hinahabol
Hala!
yung
Yung
mga
Gladiator!
Archer and Gunner para sa side ng Engi Rangheta. Tingnan natin, this is a messy fight that we see. Both teams are just blowing and dealing damage. But look at the Force Archer, and then yung Gladiator doon, naghihintay lang nung kanilang buffs, and then yung mga skills na mag-cooldown bago sila mag-deal ng kanilang mga damage. Pero ito na nga, konting pahinga lang, hintay lang ng cooldown. Pero yung Warrior nung side ng Alto Societas, kung yung nagkakamali, dalawa. Actually, that's Engi Rangheta na dalawa na yung tumumba para sa side nila. And that's the Warrior who's going to fall down as well as their First Gunner, if not mistaken. No, ang naiwan na lang dito yung kanilang
First
Gladiator. Yung Gladiator nila, and then yung Force Shielder. Kung di ako nagkakamali, yun na lang ang natitira. And then, para sa side naman ng Alto Societas, buo pa rin yung kanilang tropahan. At speaking of which, para sa side ng Capella naman, no, wala na naman yung isa na ilang player, and they are now down to 2 players, and see if they can survive this one as we see the 4 shielder for the side of Aldo Societas. Talagang grabe yung damage na binibigay. The Gladiator also is going to fall down para sa side ng Indy Ranget, at isa na lang ang natitira para itayo ang kanilang prangkisa dito, and that is a 4 shielder na naman para yung GT1 against 5. Oh, this is so unfortunate, pero tignan natin kung kakayanin niya ba ang onslaught at side ng Altos Societa. So ito na ba yung magiging katapusan ng kanilang arangkada dito sa ating Neverett League. Sayang yung dikit na laban, pero kung magagawa niya to ng paraan, siguradong maraming matutuwang fans ng ND Ranggeta dahil tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang paggampas at tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang kanyang pagtayo. Dito talking about ND Ranggeta Sports Shielder. Kakayanin niya ba yung onslaught na yun? As we see 40% na lang yung HP na dala-dala niya dito. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang carnage para sa side ng Altos Societas. Tingnan natin kung kaya niya pa bang mag-keep up o susuko na rin, o talagang nakikita natin dito na tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang kanyang paglaban. Pero talking about the damage, grabe, from left to right, no, nandun yung mga manlalaro natin para sa side ng Altos Societas na talagang ayaw bigyan ng pagkakataon itong 4 shielder. Pero speaking of una, tingnan mo naman, ang dami nang pwedeng matumba dito, pero kinakaya niya pa rin. Last 30 seconds is now down, pero wow!
Ang nangyari 4v1 nakaisa pa siya bago siya mamatay
Grabe naman yun!